So I'm very impressed that when they help all the way. You know, sometimes I see, even we are not the family, they treat me like a family.
Meet Yumi. She was born in Japan and moved to Singapore in '99. 6 years later, she obtained her permanent residence here. During our conversation, Yumi shared the main differences between Singapore and Japan, explained why she has never applied for citizenship, and discussed what she has learned from Singaporeans as a Japanese. I'm Max, an entrepreneur and YouTuber. Let's go! Is there anything that Japanese can learn from Singaporeans?
Singapore people very fast, quick, make a decision instantly. And also practical and always goal-oriented, result-oriented.
Yeah.
One time I was so sad, right? Because I could have done better, you know. Then at the cafe, you know, I said, yeah, you know, can I buy a drink then? They said, oh, what happened? Oh, because I could have done better. Then this lady said, I know you had a bad time, but you still have a day, you know, remaining day. So have a good day. I said, wow, you know, like very inspirational. And sometimes other colleagues also like, yeah, don't feel so sad all the time, you know, like quickly change your mindset. Must, you know, move it forward. So it's resilient. Yeah. So actually I learned a lot of things from Singapore people.
What's the difference you've seen, like, let's say after living in Tokyo, moved to Singapore, what's the main difference?
I would say people here are very authentic. Yeah. Okay, maybe there are many reasons, because in Japan we tend to be more polite. And initially I was a bit worried that some people are very direct, you know. I don't know how to react, right?
Yeah.
But eventually I understand that they are just who they are. Yeah, so I also learned to be who I am. Initially, I don't even know how to say my own opinions or how to talk about how I feel, how I think, because honestly speaking, it's like I always obey or always follow, you know, always to be polite first, you know, always other people first. I put myself later. So it was a huge gap, you know. If I live like this, I cannot continue surviving here. So naturally, I really have to let go a lot of things. I must transform myself.
I have some interesting device for you. It's called Time Kettle Translator Earbuds. It can translate in a real time for 40 languages. I just want to test it with you as a professional interpreter.
Sure.
And you will see if is it good or not.
Is it available commercially?
Yeah, you can buy it. So it's basically very good for like travelers or expats or people who really don't speak English. There are 2 earbuds. You take one, I take one. And then what we do, I speak Russian and you speak Japanese.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be like
conversation.
Yeah, conversation.
Wow, this is exciting.
Yeah, we'll check it out. And you guys tell us in the comments what you think about it. Is it worth it or no? Привет, Юми. Как дела?
こんにちは、マックスさん。元気です。あなたは元気ですか?
Я хорошо, спасибо.
それは良かったです。
Значит, ты живешь в Сингапуре уже сколько, 20 лет?
そうなんです。とても長いですよね。
Да, очень долго. Я живу в Сингапуре всего 5 лет.
たった5年なんですね。もっと長いと思いました。
Забавно, что ты можешь смотреть вот здесь перевод на японском. То есть вот здесь я смотрю на русском, а здесь японский.
わー、すごいですね、これ.
То есть я могу поехать путешествовать в Японию, куда-нибудь далеко-далеко, где люди вообще не говорят по-английски, и использовать эту штуку, и они будут меня понимать.
そうですね。もう Wi-Fi があればできるってことですよね.
Тебе нужен просто интернет, но есть 5 языков, которые работают в офлайне, и тебе не нужен интернет. И там, кстати, есть японский.
すごいですね.
That's so funny, yeah?
Yeah, and it's very useful because in 2025 there's an expo in Osaka. So I think this will be very useful.
What about the delay? There is some delay that you need to wait.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit, but still okay. I think if let's say you do not have much time, then you can just show this iPhone, right? You can show the conversation, written conversation to each other, so it's okay.
Was it that translation was accurate, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this pronunciation very accurate, and it's quite comfortable to hear that. Japanese people are very indirect. We also don't know how to ask questions, specifically go to the point, right? Often people here just ask me a direct question. Then I said, oh, like, yeah.
What should I do?
Yeah, what should I do? Yeah. But now I'm so immune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then now, for example, like last time, I said, hey, are you married? Then I say no. Then so sorry, right? Then instead of letting them feel embarrassed, when I introduce myself, I say, oh, my name is Yumi. I say, oh, you and me. So I want to let them feel that I'm kind of person who can joke, right? Then next moment, the person say, are you married or are you single? They say, oh, I'm still waiting for a husband to fall down from the sky, kind of thing. Yeah. So I do my best to like a joke, and I tend not to be offended or offend someone. I do my best. Yeah. Japan has a natural disaster, right? So this also help us become stronger, resilient, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, I think Singapore, there's no natural disaster. But then again, there is some changes. For example, like I'm renting a place, right? Then actually the rental become double. Then like what to do? Like, I couldn't sleep, I have to think what to do next, how I can change my life.
Was it last year?
Yeah. Luckily, right after I signed the 2-year contract, so I still got a chance to think, right? Then that means each time constantly I have to think how to upgrade myself, or how to, for me, it means that how can I help more people, or how can I give better support or bigger help, right? Even I have to support myself, the outcome have to support more people. This is I always think.
So you mentioned that you kind of put yourself behind. You used to do it. Is it a Japanese thing or is it a personal thing?
Yeah, I think two, like Japanese thing, and then the personal, also a woman maybe, because the woman always kind of like assistant role, always supporting role. Then naturally, I just feel like, oh, you go first. I come behind. But then Singapore, lady first. Then sometimes it's very difficult. I go front or behind?
Yeah. So it's like Singaporean women, they are more independent.
Independent and strong. Japanese people, if we are cute, oh, you're cute,
It's enough.
Yeah.
What
So I also kind of like tend to be cute. I mean, okay, if you think you laugh at me, I mean, you think it's funny, then I choose to be, cute.
This
right?
way, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Then, of course, this is still part of me.
Yeah.
But well, as I grow, I think, it's a bit different. If we have to be assertive, I have to be assertive, right? Depending on the occasion.
What do you like the most about Singapore?
First of all, I think I really love the people. Amazingly, they are really all the way to support you. For example, like I'm always sharing this story to Japanese people. Some people got the liver failure, and then they need someone to, donate the part of the liver.
Yeah.
And when one of the taxi driver read this article, then he became a volunteer to give the part of the liver. And I also got to know another friend of mine, also he did that for the baby. So I'm very impressed that when they help all the way, sometimes I see, even we are not the family, they treat me like a family, then they really people here support each other, they treat each other like a family member. Yeah. That I was really impressed. Number two, Singapore and Singapore people system helped me grow much farther, than I imagined. I never imagined that I can really do whatever I do now. Because initially I thought, honestly speaking, I think I was very shy. Nobody believed that, but very shy. I never thought of taking a lead, right? But now I encourage younger generation, especially from Japan. I say, you must take a lead. And time to time, I still watch the Lee Kuan Yew's video. Yesterday, it's very inspirational. Then each time when I relax, I watch them. I have to, feel more courageous. And he also said a human being needs a challenge. So a lot of things he mentioned were really, even now, it really speaking to me.
Since you've been in Singapore for such a long period of time, have you ever thought of citizenship, applying for it?
I should have applied for citizenship much earlier. But
why?
I think I never imagined that I'm gonna stay here for so long. And but I always think about my father. Even now, for my father, I should, keep
it's my emotional thing.
Emotional thing, yeah. But logically speaking, I think I should have got the citizenship much earlier.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking.
But I guess your father, he would be upset if you
I thought so.
give up your Japanese one.
Yeah, but I think everything has a timing. But now maybe, well, I think you never know, right? Only when in the future, maybe I reflect that, then I will know. But yeah.
What's the top 3 Japanese places, like restaurant, food places in Singapore?
I always go to Sakuraya. Sakuraya is one of them is Anchor Point. Yeah, I like to go there. And also, but they are different. Okay, this is for sushi, fresh fish, right? And there's another one is Aburiya. Aburiya is for the beef. The beef lover will go there. And another one is Yamakita. Yamakita is they serve the tempura also.
Speaking about Japanese culture, I think Japan perceived and Japanese culture perceived as very like sexy. Many people love it. Like it's so cool. People perceive it's cool. There are huge YouTube trends that people watch everything about Japan. Why do you think is the case? Do you agree it's the case that people think like that about Japan?
Because I was a satellite producer for the Asia's Got Talent, season 1, 2, 3. Initially I was an interpreter, then I also, taking care of all the Japanese talents. And interestingly, because of the language barrier, right? So most of the talents are the dancers, or those people who can, show their performance physically, right? So like dancing or the physical movements are universal language. Yeah, so it was actually a reverse culture shock. I didn't know that. Wow, actually Japanese pop culture is very, very weirdly wonderful. Yeah, because I have been here since 1999, and the time I did was about 2014, around the time. Then I think Japanese people are very unique, very creative. Yeah, and also like want to be funny. Yeah, so always find the excuses to be funny. Cool at the same time, funny and sense of humor. Maybe because of all the manga, anime influence. Because I'm from Kobe, right? Kobe is actually Osaka, next to Osaka, so our region is considered like a comedian's hometown. So whenever, I still remember, I actually brought up with a comedian, right? I mean, culture, comedian culture.
Comedian culture.
Yeah.
Right.
For example, like whenever I watch TV, always comedian. Then Osaka people are very like, strict, So when you start talking, right? Oh, so what is your, punching point, What do you want to say? So if I just talk, right, they'll scold you, Like, you have to say something funny, otherwise why you waste my time, Why do I need to listen to you? So each time, like, wow, whenever I open my mouth, it's like an exam, right? Oh, I have to say something funny. And then, that is quite a bit crazy, but
It's interesting because at the same time, Japan has this reputation of like people work a lot, like the working hours are crazy. At the same time, it's like maybe, like I know that Japanese drink a lot.
Yeah.
And like as you're saying, like try to be funny and like make jokes. So maybe it's a compensation mechanism, because you work too much, you're like stressed maybe.
Yes.
I don't know, it's my assumption.
Like a rubber band, like ding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Possible. I think, a bit perfectionist maybe, I would say. And also, in a way, different way of competitive environment. Yeah, I think, because, Singapore, sense of humor is actually also similar to our hometown.
Is it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so one thing I found that, the Japanese people, the food, last one piece. We hesitate to take the last one piece, right? And then I heard that Singapore people call it like a paise piece, meaning that the piece makes you feel hesitate to take. Yeah, so it's, but maybe they learn from Japanese drama or culture, I don't know. So we are kind of like, influence each other.
Have you ever noticed, like, I don't know, small things on a day-to-day basis that in Singapore is like very different from, I don't know, life in Tokyo, life in Singapore?
Recently, I learned that some disease, right, some sickness can be transmitted when you shake hands.
Oh, which one?
Syphilis.
Syphilis. Oh, yeah, I know syphilis.
Syphilis. So, actually, I don't know, how come, but syphilis, once you got the symptom, if you shake hand, it transmitted.
Okay.
So I said, no wonder Japanese people are bowing instead of shaking hands.
If people want to travel to Japan, what are the must-see places
or
things?
Must-see.
Yeah.
Okinawa.
Okinawa
Island is kind of like mixture of Taiwan and Japan. I felt so. But I think the nature, whatever I eat, I feel so energetic because I feel like I'm part of the nature. Yeah. Then My friend went to Okinawa and Singaporean. They are all love it. All like my friend from Hong Kong, she also love it. So become a repeater. So now I'm confidently saying that Okinawa is one of the good location. Yeah.
Cool. And if you guys travel there, take this device with you. So it will make your life easier.
Yeah, much easier. Yeah.
Follow the link to grab your translation earbuds and don't forget to use my special promo code for an extra discount. До встречи!